Greetings, this is Prina Riamentra, half-elven YouTuber. I welcome you to part 2 of my reaction to Critical Role, Campaign 3, Episode 44. First, talking about ourselves, first episode of 2023. Last episode was one of their weirdest combat encounters they've ever had. Somehow, the one that got close to us, somehow they all managed to avoid getting knocked out.
When the forces of evil threaten Exandria, these heroes are there to answer the call.
Oh.
I'm Super Scanlan. With my Critical Role Twitch subscription, I can watch all my favorite CR shows before they come out on YouTube. Take that, evildoers!
Here comes Chester with her Twitch subscription to Critical Role. She can access gnarly emotes and post links in the chat, too.
Radical!
Oh, no! Here comes some trolls to jam up our live chat.
Don't worry, Laudna will stop them with the help of Critical Role's professional moderators.
She's spooky, but I like her. Here comes Laudna's friend Chetney. He has an Amazon Prime membership, which gives him one free Twitch subscription of his choice. Of course he subscribes to Critical Role. It's the power of teamwork. Die, die, die!
Spooky.
I cast agonizing bolt!
Scanlan's hand!
Stab him, Chetney! And look, there's Caleb with the power of introspection and existential dread.
Now that we've defeated all the bad guys, let's gift subscriptions to other users. You can do that by name or randomly.
Taliesin! Ashley, please, I've told you so many times, just don't play with those, okay? They're super fragile, custom made, custom painted. You know what? We have to film in about 30 minutes, so why don't you two just come with me? Come on.
Oh, it's Major Buzzkill here to take away all our fun. Oh, is it Thursday yet, Pete?
Certainly die!
Oh, good one.
Loot his corpse! Take his vest!
Would you please stop that?
Frog Smash!
Subscribe to Critical Role on Twitch and collect all 21 action figures. Alternate forms and familiars not included.
I'll have to get back into the night, into the episode of Critical Role. Ugh. Let's see. I wonder who, if they were like bounty hunters or something. I don't know. Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot to get my water. Hang on.
And welcome back. So, Bell's Hells, cooling down from a rather intense encounter with 2 figures unconscious and 1 banished and quick to return. As the air elemental fires off into the midday chaos of the city, what do you do?
We could be there when he returns.
You want to go pile it, like everybody hits him at once?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody down in the basement.
Or do we run because more guards are going to be coming to this house?
But these guys, they could
Make a
tell
choice.
us what
We don't have time to talk about it.
we need to know why they came here and
We
look
know
for.
why they came here. They're looking for the people that stole the tomes.
Why don't we just take one of them with us?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Can we do that?
Put them in the hole.
Who's the one who would know the most?
Does anyone have proficiency in religion?
I should. I'm a fucking cleric, but no.
No.
I'm not a religious cleric.
No, I'm not. I should have chosen it though.
No one has proficiency in religion?
No.
Wow.
Find the ringleader and let's get out of here.
I mean, it feels like it was
There
like
was
the
one
caster,
guy,
right?
There was one guy who was given a lot of orders.
Yes, he was. The guy in the robes,
Yeah,
right?
he's the one I stabilized, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, grab
He's
him.
unconscious. Who can carry him? We're all tiny and weak. Wait,
I'm
you
gonna
can.
I'm gonna
You're
take
strong.
that orb. I'm gonna take the orb away from him just so he can't do any of that
I'll
stuff
lift
again.
him up.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get the water.
Okay, so you,
After tying him up. And
After
tying
tying-
hands
He's
together like
unconscious.
this.
okay, while you're tying the hands, remember, there's 1 minute before he returns from banishment. You spent 30 seconds discussing this.
Okay.
It's going to take a minute to about a half a minute to properly tie up the hands and bind it.
Like, let's take them and then at least get out.
Okay.
No time? No
Yeah,
time.
I'll
We're
skip
just
it.
going.
I'll skip it since we're rushed.
All right, so what are you doing? What's the plan? You
Should throw him in the bag. In the hole.
Yep.
And then
Where's
go.
the hole? Wait, does Ashley have the hole?
You've been carrying the whole, haven't you?
Fern.
No, I feel like it got taken away from me because I kept.
No, it did get taken away.
We don't have any of
I
our
have-
stuff?
I don't know if I have the hole or if Ashton has the hole.
we're going to say right now, Ashton has.
Why would you do that?
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Am I picking him up? Am I picking him up? And then we're leaving?
Can you be a horse again?
Yeah.
You were such a big horse.
I can
Conspicuous as-
absolutely
For like
be a horse.
no reason,
like a-
kind of.
a-
Time is ticking.
All right, let's go.
Go,
Horse.
Just like a regular horse?
A regular horse.
And
Less
you-
noticeable.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're out.
You should have done that outside. We're still inside.
Clomping over the broken furniture.
I'm going to rip a curtain down off of one of the windows if there is one.
There's many curtains.
And I throw it over the body on top of Fern's back to make it look, I don't know, like less like a fucking body being carried down the street.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go.
So you're grabbing the mage figure, throwing it over the horse, covering it. The one that was banished has, at this point in time, you recognize it's returned into the basement. What do you do?
But we're gone,
Outside,
right?
but
We're gone.
we
We're out.
run. We
We're
run.
going.
We run.
Okay, you guys charge out into the main kind of courtyard area where the gate is still kind of, partially open beyond the grass. Glancing around, you do not see the air elemental. It is gone. But the front door itself is kind of busted inward. One of the doors is off the hinges in the ground. You, glancing around, you do not immediately see any guards, but you gather there has been enough noise that it won't be long before they kind of follow up.
We should just make distance right now. Get out of this neighborhood.
Which direction?
We don't
the way
know
they
the
came?
city.
Yeah, you're in the northern ring of the city, specifically.
So we'll head to the middle ring.
Okay. Okay. So,
Is the guy from downstairs coming up, or are we clear?
are you waiting around? If you guys are out like pushing out
He's
there,
not like chasing after us or anything?
make a perception check.
I will make a perception.
I will also.
Scan for everything.
21.
25.
Mine is better. Because it was first.
Sam logic.
You do see the figure who is, shield and sword, kind of like gonna hear the sound of their footfalls kind of entering the kitchen area as you exit. And you do know that they've arrived, they've returned, and they are frantically looking for what the hell happened and who's around. But you head off, exiting where you came from in the neighborhood.
Did Pate successfully come back to me when I called him?
That was crazy. And I'll take us. I'm going to lead us on like the first right or left we can take, so that we are not in direct line of the door. I will take.
No worries. So you guys are going to head more in the alley, kind of off to the side.
Sure.
Between the buildings.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have let's say just a group stealth check as you travel through this neighborhood to try and ensure that you don't draw unwanted attention as the guards do begin to gather towards the chaos. Let's come around the table here. Warren?
23.
23, okay.
What the fuck?
That's 2 failures there.
Fuck this here.
That's even.
Okay.
We're evens.
19.
Okay.
4.
16.
Okay. This is the deciding roll.
26.
Hey, we're so stealthy.
Woo! You guys.
You guys.
You guys. Alrighty. So while you begin to hear the shuffling of various wardens of the city rushing towards that direction, you begin to kind of maneuver around, spread out a little bit, so you're not just like one immediate cluster of individuals, and through this kind of somewhat disparate but watchful positioning, you get to incorporate yourselves into the nearby folks that are wandering throughout the city, kind of walking alongside the horse for some of you, others kind of pairing off and just keeping at distance, until eventually you begin to head back out into the main thoroughfare here in the Dominion Ring. Now, there hasn't been a lot of absurdity and chaos beyond just that section of the neighborhood as you pass beyond the exterior walls and back into the main portion of the Dominion Ring, where you can see the various high statues that line the sides of the main kind of cobblestone road. You can see the disparate towers from the palace to the far northern side, as well as the nearby college, and many of the other businesses, the Marble Amphitheater. Everything is around you, and you have an unconscious body covered in a blanket on the back of a horse.
I don't know, Fern. I really don't.
So you're heading towards the central Endeavor Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Following.
Can you remind us, or me, because I don't remember.
Yeah.
The 3 rings are like layered like stairs almost, right?
Correct. The northernmost, which is the tallest, is the Venture Ring. So sorry. The northernmost, which is the tallest, is the Dominion Ring, and that's kind of the political center. It's where the palace is, where the Court of the Lambent Path resides. It's where the seminary is, and it's the neighborhood where you exists. The central middle one is the Endeavor Ring, and this is kind of the center of the mercantile, where a lot of the business warehouse districts and many of the side ports are stationed, and it's kind of like the bustling heartbeat of commerce in the city. And then the southernmost area, which is the smallest, or the one that's the furthest down towards the final path of the waterfalls, is the Venture Ring, and that is kind of the largest portion of the port aspects of the city, and where it heads towards the outlet that goes to the southern Barrel Sea.
Okay. Well, while we have been riding to this point so far, can I, if Imogen hasn't already, go through this person's pockets and pull out any kind of magical shit I
was
find?
trying to wait until we were no longer visible. He's like,
Are we in alleys, or are we now in like the thoroughfare?
You're now out. The alleys you made quickly to get through to kind
That
of
was just the
escape.
very beginning.
Yes.
Okay.
You're now out in the major city and kind of blending in with the crowds to, find your way without finding people's prying eyes. You can attempt a sleight of hand check to try and start searching him.
Nah. We're in the middle of Manhattan.
yeah.
Okay. Well, where are you heading? You don't have a guide. You do not know where Ashton is. The only place you've really been was the Lake Cap Skyport and Lounge, which you can see from where you're standing, as well as areas of the Tribridge Plaza that you had introduced to you by
What about city
Landon
parks?
earlier. City parks? Yes, actually. They're more common in the Dominion Ring where you were, so that's kind of the beautification area, but there are a handful of small kind of public gardens that kind of sit central to some of the busiest elements of commerce. Actually, on the western side, just outside of the Tribridge Plaza, you can immediately see what looks to be a modest-sized little kind of a half-garden cluster ring of trees that's connotates the exterior of this area, and there's some benches and some kind of stone sculptures that are set up. And as you kind of see it in the distance, it's not terribly crowded, and folks just kind of wander past it, but it's a little facet of beautification here in the middle of the city.
It seems open. What about like the dock areas on the outskirts? Like, does every level have its own dock level?
Every level has multiple docks because they have multiple means in which different ships and boats can disseminate to the various levels of the lake that surrounds the Lake Coral.
Find a warehouse.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like an empty warehouse, something like
wanna check.
where they unload the docks. You know, like
Where did we leave
You guys
Landon
mentioned this one?
Krishal?
Chitney is back in his known form.
Yeah, you take off. Yeah, you parted ways at the base of the seminary.
And do we have a way of contacting
Did
him?
we?
Yeah, he went and sold us out.
Or did he?
No. He was a sweetheart.
You're all thinking it.
No.
You think he sold us out?
He's a sweetheart.
I don't think.
We should call him up.
We need to
Maybe he can help us. He's our guide. We could send a message to him, say, where should we go?
Can we look for a warehouse first?
Yeah.
A warehouse? Sure, we can walk around with a horse and a dead body and say, hey, any warehouses around here?
We can call a guide and say, hey, any empty warehouses so we can look at a dead body?
Yeah,
You can do it.
It's not dead.
You got the
technically.
same. You got the same spell I do.
I
Unconscious.
could.
For a period of
Would
time.
you like me to?
For a period of time.
He's stabilized.
Stabilized, but not bound.
No.
Are we wanting to question this guy or just get the shit out of his pockets?
Question.
A caster.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, they got the caster?
I got
Want me to call
manacles.
Landon?
No.
Oh, you
I'd
do have
rather
manacles.
just find a warehouse.
All right,
All right.
who's helming the investigation to find a warehouse space that could temporarily be utilized?
When I, that was at night. When I flew up over the town and kind of, I wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't have been looking for warehouses at the time. It was more of just a beautiful view of the evening city skyline. Who wants to start? Who wants to ask around and start looking for what would be
I can
a?
ask around, I guess, if you
All
want.
right. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
All right. Excuse me. I rolled badly. Investigation? Ooh, that's bad. 7.
7. Most folks seem to be caught off guard, not in an unpleasant way, but with this unique, jovial automaton coming up and talking with them. And the conversation seems to steer from, where are you coming from? I don't think.
This again. All right. Just have a nice day.
Pardon me.
Yes.
Can you point me to the nearest docks? Sorry, I'm new to town.
Oh, yeah, there's the Eastward Dock District to the eastern side. Just follow this road a little bit around the outskirts of the plaza, over to where the water is. It'd be hard to miss it. There's many of them there.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Head that way.
You're rubbing it in.
How far is it?
It can't be that far. We're surrounded by water.
I'm gonna look. I want to, from my perch on Fern's rump, I want to turn and just look for anybody who might be stealthily trailing us.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
That is
5 minutes. I'm gonna guess at
24?
least like
24.
5 minutes.
Nobody trailing you,
28.
but the figure underneath the curtains is starting to rouse
okay.
and move.
Don't kill him.
Crack. No longer moving.
I'll cast Spare the Dying again.
just to be safe. Okay.
It's a cantrip.
A short walk later, pushing through the center of the chaotic center ring of the city, you come upon what looks to be 3 primary docks that hit here beyond, are just alongside flanking the Eastward Bridge. It is this massive, long sister bridge to the northern one that you remember flying over as you approached the city around sunset the night before. Looking beyond that, you can see all manner of carriages and horses and other beasts of burden that are at different distances heading from and to the city across that way, and probably close to 30 or 40 boats scattered across the waters, and about, let's say, 7 or 8 of them in the docks. And when I say boats, these aren't like massive galleons. Some of them are just small fishermen's boats. Some of them are, fairly sized, like transport boats, cargo boats. And you have a better look now of some of the arcane elevation elements, where you can see one ship is being lifted out of the water. The water's kind of like pouring off the side as a large, multi-tiered stone platform kind of glows and lifts out of the water to bring a ship up onto the upper area of the lake, and it takes off and continues northward towards that section of the lake. But these docks are, they're busy. It doesn't like they're in the process of dealing with a mass influx. Most people just going about their business. There are some small buildings where you imagine storage might occur, if not small merchants setting up whatever form of business they find to their interest. If you're looking for any particular kind of warehouse.
Something shadowy and kind of abandoned-y.
Yeah, all right.
Shitty.
It takes It takes you a little bit to find one that seems comfortable enough to what you're doing. You also notice the body moving again.
On my I'm just gonna say into his head. If you know what's best for you, you'll stop moving.
Make an intimidation check.
He's a caster too, right? Yeah, his hands are bound?
No.
Is his mouth gagged?
No.
What the fuck are we
24.
doing?
Yeah.
24.
Travis makes a good point.
Doesn't seem to be moving. Okay.
We've got to get this guy bound real quick. Can we knock him out again?
He's gonna have permanent brain damage. Oh well.
Won't be able to cast spells at us, in our face.
You find within another 2 to 3 minute period of time past that brief bit of internal intimidation, a small kind of storage space that is partway open. What looks to be 2 young orcish men are in the process of loading a series of small boxes and baskets into the back of a cart. What looks to be a kind of like a jungle cat of some kind. Not quite like the Twilight tigers that you encountered earlier, but a similar kind of panther-like visual to them, and you can see they're currently holding some sort of barding on them and are strapped in to pull the cart behind it. As the 2 orcs are finishing loading the cart, they go ahead and like pull down this large heavy door that unfolds kind of like as they finish it, hits the ground, a bit of dust rests in the ground. One of them goes ahead and locks it tight with this heavy old lock, checks it, get up into the cart, and then one of them kind of takes a small stick and pats the side of the panther-like cat, who then begins to parade forward and drags the cart behind it.
Jenny.
I got it.
Are they going towards us, past us, away from us?
They're heading towards looks to be either the far dock or the beginning of the bridge. You're not sure which, but in that
I head
direction.
over to the door with the lock.
As soon as they're out of eye shot. Yeah.
Okay.
I will attempt to pick said very large lock.
Okay.
Right.
I will say the nature of this, because this is, while the place is a little out of the way, it is kind of unlocking a lock that is along, a walkway. It's not a terribly super difficult stealth check, but I need you to roll a stealth and a sleight of hand to do this well and do it in a very stealthy manner.
Can we maneuver Fern so she's kind of like
I assume you guys
view?
are defending in this to allow the opportunity, but
25 on stealth.
Without an issue. You are unseen.
Sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. 25. No, 27.
Deftly. A certain half-elven rogue would be proud. You pick the lock, deftly remove it, and it is at your disposal. You could leave it there, you could take it with you. It's your choice. You don't have the keys for it. Alrighty. It lifts up, and you can look inside. It's not massively sized, maybe like 20 by 30 feet, and a lot of it is just filled with all manner of boxes. It looks like rolled up heavy burlap or sail material. And you can see what looks to be like metal ratchets and bindings. There's heavy rope. At a first glance, this looks like there's a lot of I want to say shipyard naval gear, as well as other things you can't quite recognize at first glance, but it's about half full.
Something for his mouth, something for his hands.
Let's get him inside.
I'm already tying his hands as soon as we're in. I'm going to get the hands like this and wrap around and around.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah?
They're not there anymore.
Now, the minute you pull the sheet off, as the door is closing, he immediately begins to mutter something under his breath. What do you do?
Grasping Vine in his face.
It's right in his face. He's going to attempt to roll out of the way off the side of the horse, taking his opportunity. Natural 20 on his dexterity
Silver barbs.
throw.
Can I cast silence?
You can. I will say, for the sake of the speed on this, because you all are kind of like waiting for this to happen. You got to reach for it. I will have this be a general dexterity check. Actually, no, an initiative roll, so it'll be between just the two of you.
Both terrible. No problem.
The worst roll ever.
4.
Rollies.
That's rollies. We got to do it. We got to do it.
Come on.
5.
9. Right as you're about to cast silence.
You roll like this.
He goes, 7. And Misty steps just off the horse and is now about 30 feet out into the main road.
Well, we have the door shut, right?
The door is closing as he does this. It's a bonus action. It happens so fast. So like, he's like out in the middle of the road, onto one knee, and just starts going into a run.
Can I
What are you
Misty
doing?
step?
I'll roll and slide under. You can do that too?
I'm gonna run after him.
Okay, you all run. He is a 30 feet movement. You Misty step gets you right next to him.
And I'm gonna immediately command him.
Okay, what are you commanding him?
Stop.
It's a natural 5. He goes,
Okay,
and at that point,
Drag his ass back in.
his shoulders just slump.
Grab his shoulders and push him back inside.
All right.
Manacles? Tie him up,
We have
something?
manacles?
I stab him in the neck.
Run around.
Yeah, that was his old. He only had 2 uses of Misty Step for the day, so he's now just accepting the
This
bindings.
way and this way, with hands clasped in the center.
Well, isn't this a fine how do you do? Interesting hobbies you all seem to carry.
I assume you're talking about our professional occupations.
What are you after today?
Let's just say we've had interest on a few individuals for some time, and not a lot of movement from the abode until you all managed to begin to prune the lawn.
Oh yeah, well it's a porn gardening business. It's kind of a double thing.
It's very nice for them to employ us, honestly.
Trimmed Bush Productions.
Come on, darn it.
You're far too defined and well-practiced, versatile skills in magic and martial prowess to be considered simple entertainers. And seeing as how he found you in the basement of Ebenold's homestead, I assume that you're also in league with the Verity. Is this correct?
What is that?
Do with me as you will. I won't answer your questions. It's already too late.
Start chewing on his hair.
That is why? You are so strange.
Too late for what? For us to get our security deposit back?
Yes.
I start rooting through Castor's pockets and bags. See if I find any, even like, I don't know, credentials, anything.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
I'll go up. 4.
4. Okay.
Where are his pockets?
I mean, you rummage through the robes a bit. You find, you find 6 platinum and probably 65 gold pieces, a few silver. You find a pouch of spell components. He has his glass orb as well as the satchel that it kind of hangs in, which you see like snaps over almost like
a glass orb.
I did get
yeah, but the satchel he has currently. No spell book.
Make it lower somehow.
Yeah, that's about the majority of what you find in a quick kind of pat down.
Well, I'll take the components
Changes happens.
away.
Too late for what? Oh, charisma saving.
For the things in motion.
Please, we genuinely don't know what's going on.
That's even better.
I think this guy may be actually aligned with Odahan.
I'm gonna bane him.
You see him kind of like wince as the shadows crawl even deeper towards the crooks of his eyes and the sides.
And I'll cast Fast Friends on him.
Cast Fast Friends on him.
I guess that's better than me slowly picking his fingernails off.
Well, you can do that too.
About an hour.
That fails.
You just gotta get a little leverage.
Oh,
That shit.
God.
Yeah, you leave it right near the nail bed so it can flap and catch on something.
Oh. Travis.
Then I bet he answers
Minus a d4.
Right? That's Bane, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Puts it at 12.
That's below 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bane makes the difference. But... No, that does. He doesn't get it. No, that was the other one that got the advantage on it.
Sir, I'm also having a really rough day. I can really feel your pain. I'm sorry that we put you through that. But we could really use some help.
I don't know what help I could be to any of you. If you're truly outside of this and I've misjudged your intent, then it's best that you just walk away.
Why? Are we in danger?
Of course you are. You're getting tangled in with things far beyond your purview, especially a bunch of perverts like you. Not judging.
No, well, of course not. We are sexual deviants, it's true.
That's our LLC name.
But maybe we could change our ways if we just knew what was going on in the world. You're from what? Who do you work for? Who are you?
I am a member of the Ruby Vanguard.
Ruby Vanguard.
Like the Ruby I see?
C-pop, Travis.
Ruby Vanguard. Got it.
What is Ruby Vanguard? That sounds important.
Yeah,
Is
You've
it
not heard this, actually.
No?
Is it a violent organization? A military group?
It is a group that wishes to ensure a better future for all Alexandria.
Where are you? We heard of some folks from Vasselheim. Is that where you're from?
No. But I assume we're not aligned, but not necessarily opposing in our interest either. With the Grim Verity, our eventual goals couldn't be more diametrically opposed.
Oh.
You're trying to let him out.
Who?
The thing upstairs? Up there in the... Up there?
You're literally dressed in the colors of the moon. It's right in the name.
Red is a color.
Sure.
Color for the core.
Sure.
Tell us what you know about Ruidus.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Friendly doesn't mean they answered
Sure.
every command.
Drop wild shit.
Persuasion, 23.
23.
That's rolled.
That's the only one I got.
Kind of gives a close look across the entirety of your personages.
You don't seem as the godly types. Am I to make a proper assessment, especially given the circumstances in which we met? Not the most pious of introductions, I assume.
No.
Do gods not like sex?
I think some of them do.
Yes, right?
There are many gears in motion to free the chains that have bound every mortal life since the beginning of time on this planet, innumerable.
Chains that bind life on this planet?
Oh,
We
no.
walk in the shadows of the supposed creators, and have since the very beginning.
These guys are with us,
Imagine.
aren't they?
Imagine if we all had the freedom to walk as we wish, undriven by fate, untethered by the wheels of things that came far before we did, and have lost the right to call themselves gods.
So, you're not the religious type?
No.
Like a fresh start for all of living things?
Yes.
Well, that sounds really nice.
It really does.
How do you do that? How do you make a fresh start?
From as we've understood and been working towards for some time under him, everything that's ever existed is part of some cycle of life, an ecology. To the smallest scales, of the tiniest insects to the mightiest beasts, there is prey, and there is predator. The gods, we have been told from the beginning, are the top of all life. But where did they come from? If they founded this world, they came from somewhere. And wherever they came from, they aren't the only ones. Everything can have a predator that hunts it.
When you said under him, who were you maybe?
The leader of our organization.
Is that a person? Or
It is. The one who founded many of these beliefs, and the one who has been integral in orchestrating a very long, intricate way to do what must be done. Not more than a little over a week's time. We'll all be free.
They'll all
We'll all be free.
We'll all be free.
Well, he sounds like a very wise person, or at least forward thinking. Where can we find him, or talk to him, or hear of his teachings?
You'll know of him soon enough once this is done. He's very busy right now.
Well, just maybe we could help the cause if we knew.
Or at least benefit from it. You know, we're all we all chose this life of sexual idolatry because of things in our past. I mean, everybody has things in their past that they want to get rid of, and us too.
It's a bit close to the 11th hour to allow any sort of loose ends into a very intricately plotted, engineered moment. So I apologize if I don't find comfort in welcoming you into our respective troops so soon. But soon enough, everyone will know the change to come.
You want us to be free. You want a clean slate.
Don't you?
Are you talking about wiping out the gods?
We're not going to. We're only letting nature run its course. By setting free their natural predator.
Are you working with Thul?
Thul has been... Like the eye, look in his eyes, not trusting so much to the rest of you, but definitely kind of leaning into some facets of this conversation, both with like a comfortable arrogance, predilection towards maybe finding some semblance of common cause, and an attempt to implore you to stay out of it. But when you say Thul's name, there is a glimmer of surprise and curiosity in their eyes. Thul has been rather instrumental into our organization.
And he's part of it?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
is Thul also
Thul isn't a leader?
under him?
Oh, shit. That's scary. That is scary.
Is him here on Exandria, or...
He moves around quite a bit. Many things to be attentive to. Many final T's to cross and I's in the days to come. It's quite accomplished.
Have you ever met him?
I have.
What does he look like?
Is he hot?
Detect thoughts.
Detect thoughts. The first immediate glance, you get quick flashes of thoughts that kind of sit upon, they're asking too many questions. Maybe it's time to close this loop. Find a way out of here. Find a way out. Maybe there's common cause, but it's best they don't know.
Is it F and Ira as well?
And
I was actually wondering.
that's the surface thoughts you acquire.
Ira Wendigoth.
Oh, yeah.
You dig deeper?
Fuck yes.
When I say that out loud,
Bane.
see if that chances anything around.
With the Bane, that puts wisdom at 14.
17.
Oh.
Never
gets old.
He said, Ira Wendigoth. I'm extremely curious how happenstance our meeting really was. You are quite knowledgeable of very many things.
Yes, you're very bright.
You push past, and the deeper thoughts you hear are, Ira's been a loose thread for too long. If they know Ira, maybe they're on Ira's side. I'll have to let him know. He may be around here still. Maybe he hasn't left yet. If I can get out of here and let him know that Ira's still out and about. And you see flashes of an older, handsome, stoic, elfish man with long, silver hair.
Yeah, 100%.
Who?
Where is he?
Oh.
You say into his head. He says out loud in response, I don't know where he is. I'm not his keeper. He's probably handling the keys. There's many things to do.
What keys?
You'll know in time.
Oh, lewdness, yeah.
It's interesting. For all the chaos, there's this, like, confident calm that seems to have come over him now as he's spoken a bit.
Well, it's a beautiful thing, knowing that you aren't from Vasselheim.
He's got his hands all bound up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I run his pockets. I run everything. Why is he confident? I'm just patting him down the whole thing. We haven't even successfully done that yet.
Patting him down. The confidence, you're piercing into his head. The confidence comes from a zealotry and a belief in the cause. This isn't a sellsword. This isn't an ally. This isn't an opportunist. This is somebody that fully believes in whatever they're doing. And fully believes in him. When you say, because you're probing, when he says keys, and you ask him what keys, there are flashes in his mind of a large machine. A strange, extended, slightly familiar build. Similar to what you saw in the Callaway layaway.
So that's the Cerberus Assembly controlled one that they've taken over.
How many keys are there? And where does he need more? Maybe we can help him find them.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, that's right, because you're still his friend.
Terrible, awful. 7.
Stop rolling so
7.
bad.
Says, enough. It's taken many years to set them right. The last one's finished. As he's saying that, because you're peering into his mind still.
3/4 hour left.
3. In his mind, you see flashes. You see one surrounded in dark green twilight. You see one surrounded in deep shadow and craggy black obsidian ground, broken and jagged. And one deep in a dust and sand recess. A hole in the ground, amongst ruins and crumbled arches and structures, surrounded by torchlight and hard workers building.
And nothing in the pockets, right? Nothing on them, no objects, no spheres, standing stones, coins.
No, the sphere she has the coins he's already taken.
Sorry. I thought he couldn't find his
component pouch. You do find you bound him quickly, but as you're glancing over and kind of feeling it up, beneath the rope there is a band that sits around each wrist. That is a very, very fine gold inlaid band with these kind of circular kind of inscribings, these kind of glyph-like inscribings around it.
What are these? Anybody seen these before?
I can look at it real quick. Do you want me to do it now, or I think I still have
Will it
to...
break fast friends?
Yeah,
if
I gotta
you-
look.
Fast friends is concentration.
Yeah.
Are you talking about identify?
Yeah. Identify is...
Is it like
not
like a thin gold chain?
Yeah, identify is just instantaneous.
It's like
Okay,
a band.
I'll just look at it.
Yeah, indeed, these are enchanted. They are bracers of defense.
Oh.
All right, we should take those.
Swipe those.
Once you have to unbind them to do so.
Yeah. Well, that'll be easy to do once we kill him.
I mean, we're gonna have to kill him, right? There's no way.
Wait, what were you doing at... What did you come to the house again for? Did we already talk about this?
Oh, not really. I mean...
We had Genomia stationed up to keep an eye on the residents in case anyone came in and out. We've been searching for Ebon Old Kai for quite some time. I believe you know this individual. There's no other reason you'd be present with all the knowledge you have. Now, at this point, I can only assume you're either part of the Grim Verity or at least loosely connected. I assure you, these are very intelligent researchers, but they lack the vision to know what needs to be done
What needs to be done?
to free us all. We have been their toys since we were given purpose. The minute one of us ascended to their position, they've quaked and feared us. We are not their beautiful children. We are their food. We are
Last
their
time the gods were
power.
pressed, millions died. You think it's gonna be quick and clean, what you're talking about?
That was us rising against them. But we're not fighting them. We're just unchaining the hound they fear. This is one of the few things that makes the gods quake.
Once he devours the gods, what makes you think he'll be satiated?
It only feeds on divinity of that scale.
How do you know?
Because he speaks with it.
That's a pretty big trust fall.
I believe in him. He knows much, has sacrificed much. We're part of something grand. And we will change the future for the better. No longer under the thumb of these temples, these ancient rites, these books that hold altered history in the favor of these gods. Do you know the lies that we've lived under for millennium? Do you know why this city now teems with the hunters of the temples to silence you, to silence us, anybody who would rise against the words of the gods? Because anyone who would argue or challenge what they say is truth disappears.
Oh, the Judicators. About there's an hour left.
You might be happy to live under their imposed will. I'm not. We are not. He's not. But do not worry. Whether you believe in me or this or him, soon you'll be free to.
And why do you trust him?
Because I do.
So just to, put this out there and you're saying that you're going to sort of release the hound, and the hound is going to eat the gods, and then all of us will be free to be gods too, or just be free to be us? Like, what do you mean?
To live our lives untangled in their whims.
Why do you feel like you have to live your life under them now? As we said earlier, we don't really consider ourselves a religious bunch. Why not do whatever you want? Who cares?
He just kind of grows a bit quiet with a smug smile. You'll know in time. Or maybe you won't.
I mean, I think I understand what he's saying a little bit. I mean, even though we're not religious, a lot of us have been influenced one way or another by gods or people who serve them. You know, the matron of ravens, or people that Orm's people follow, or
Doesn't the matron guide souls after they die? What happens to people that die? If the gods aren't around, is it possible to die?
We'll find out.
What's interesting is you are basically doing his bidding, so you still are following a god and doing what he's telling you to do.
He's not a god.
Sounds like he fancies himself one.
He's a liberator.
So he devours the other gods. Nobody can fight him. And he's free to do whatever he wants.
We are.
And he is.
What did Zephyr have to do with any of this?
Kind of looks at you with a curious glance.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
In his head, am I just hearing, what?
That means something. 22.
22.
a whisper. Oh man, from hardcore porn to hardcore lore.
You know what Predathos wants? The freedom to make his own home adult entertainment.
Absolutely. Yes.
Unrestricted.
Would I have heard it?
Vivid.
That was in his head.
I can
not actually.
You can say it.
So you've met him. You've spent time with him. You've seen him in the flesh. Like, you've seen what he looks like.
He is the one who guides our organization, yes. The architect of all that we are accomplishing to free this predator.
So you basically worship that old fuck.
Not the hound. There's a hound and then there's a person.
The god and then the guy who
and which only Imogen knows so far, and the God Eater.
We've seen him, right? The old elven man, have we seen him?
We've been told.
You've been told about him.
Oh, okay.
Secondhand information.
I only have one question. I mean, you seem really confident in all this, which is great. Congratulations. That's a heck of a thing to have the inside track on. What if this hound, to use your brilliant terminology, is let loose, consumes all the gods, and we are free? Woo, tits out. if we're free and this entity just starts feeding, what if he doesn't stop and just continues with all the life on the planet as well?
Yeah, that's what I asked him.
Yeah.
He'll stop before that, right? It will?
It only feeds on divinity of that strength. And there are others beyond this world that it seeks thereafter.
Sounds like not like a terrible deal. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you better be right.
Yeah, better be sure. Pretty big coin flip.
And you're willing to die for this, right?
When the shark finishes eating the fish, it doesn't go after the plankton.
That was pretty slick.
That was actually good.
I bet he's heard
Good
that
lines.
from someone
Good.
else. That's been recited to him before.
It's probably on the inside of that gold bracelet.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I may, just on a practical sense, one moment. What do we need for our next step?
I think we need to know the exact location of those keys. Those contraptions.
The ones that
The one in the desert. Do we have the exact location of it?
we know 3 locations where it could be, but we kind of have narrowed it down to an area.
Okay, great.
But
North of Eos, and then Feywild, and Shadowfell.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think they
Hellcatch-
have the
I mean,
exact
all we know is like Hellcatch Valley.
But
though.
I
We don't
think
know a
the people that we
location.
were talking to before they do actually
Okay,
have
and then but like in the Fey realm, we don't. That's a big place, right?
Sure, but I don't know if this guy would know the exact
Well, no,
location.
we kind of do because her parents thwarted
Oh, that's
and
true,
stole
that's
the crown
So we
from
do
the
have
one.
that one.
So we do have a connection of one. It's the one in the Shadowfell that we don't really know exactly where it is.
So I think like so we're thinking that there's 3 keys. 2 of them are already sort of complete, and the one here is almost complete.
They're working real hard, he said.
Well, and we already learned last game that the one here is the most scrappy. That they kind of took over and they've been like
But
rushing
the other
the
ones
build.
are less guarded.
Because they're mostly done. Probably.
Yeah.
So does it behoove us to go to one of them and fuck with it?
That's what we were trying to figure out. Yeah.
His grandma was a
We
part
got to
of
figure out
plan.
that. That's why I called her grandma.
Also,
yes,
it sounds
but
like
is there anything that we need from this guy to like verify that that is the way to go, or information to do that,
I mean,
or
I guess we could push further if it is.
I love that if like we're really having this conversation just in front of him.
No, not the table talk.
Yeah, it's not the table talk. This is
No, using our voices. I mean, I guess we could push and ask him about the Cerberus Assembly being involved, since we knew that the Cerberus Assembly stamp was on the crates that we stole from Odahan at Paragon's Call.
Yeah, we know they're all over the one that's on this
And we
plane
know
of
that,
existence.
right? If his dude is part of the Cerberus Assembly, and then that would give us that confirmation if it is the same long silver hair.
but we kind of know already?
Yeah, we do, but we're kind of metagaming our characters.
We would never.
Don't.
He looks right at camera.
also I don't want to mess with Ludinus if that's who this person is, but he's in town.
Ludinus is in town, but oh god, there's
He's
no way we
in
could do it.
town?
I mean, he's around.
He's
He said
around.
if he's still here.
Is Thule around?
I have no idea. I've not seen her in some time.
When was the last time you saw her?
A little over a week or 2 ago.
You all you've been doing work with the Unseelie Court or something like that?
I have not been part of that portion of the work as of today. You ask so many questions.
We're
that
just so fascinated by this. It really does sound like a good deal.
Yeah.
I'm serious. You know, having all of our obligations and sins wiped away and starting fresh. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Honestly.
If we wanted to maybe go and talk to your master, boss man, where would we go?
In the Hellcatch Valley, right?
Make a persuasion check.
Come on!
I'm terrible at these. Someone
Can I give him assistance?
Persuasion?
No, because it's his spell.
Okay.
24.
He's fine.
24.
There we go.
He
There we
fine.
go.
There it is.
Hell yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Was that an 18? That's good.
Plus 6. Oh, plus 5. 23.
He can be hard to pin down in the time coming to the looming event. Unfortunately, now would be a challenge. But Within time. I think you'll know.
Oh, he's not that close to him. You're just like you're like a peon.
Do you have a
oh, that's so sad.
That's
Like, we think we're getting
manager.
something, but yeah, he's actually
yeah,
just like
yeah,
low
it's
on
just
the...
like a-
He's probably an up-and-comer, though.
There is immediately, looking into his mind, a deep sense of fury, self-consciousness, and a longing to be appreciated within his organization that bubbles up from underneath.
It's okay. Just keep doing the tapes. You'll reach a higher level.
Yeah, if it was more important, he would be in the Fey realm or the Shadowfell.
I think hey, don't be mean to our new friend whose name is what?
Toldis.
Told
And
it's not
I
your
am-
fault if you don't know where this guy is.
I just
What was
don't
his
wish to
name?
share the information.
He's tall and he's...
Hey, hang on.
got
Okay.
What was his
I
name?
got another angle.
Make another intimidation check. This is a variation of bullying here with intimidation.
Give us a name.
19.
19. Mr. Deleth would despise someone of such terrible public decorum. I suggest, if indeed you wish to be brought into the new future ahead of us with some semblance of esteem, you learn some manners in the face of a genius.
I'm so sorry. He's not gonna know that you're saying all this about him. Just so you know.
I happen to know him quite well.
Oh yeah? Where is he then?
I told you he's busy.
Yeah, so busy.
And you're not privy to this information anyway. You can pry around all you want. My mind is well guarded.
I'm gonna just look. He knows where he is. I'm gonna push him.
His brain kind of jumps around of like, I've seen him at this place once and this place once, and we like shook hands a couple of months back, and he told me I was doing a good job, but like, he's around. He jumps around. He can be wherever he wants to.
Man, you probably thought you were getting quite the score by busting in on us in the house.
He really doesn't. He doesn't know.
Did you think coming into Ebonald's house would have just
been like a promotion.
been a promotion?
Yeah.
Exactly. He thought
Your
he was
moment to shine.
Exactly.
Look, I don't think he's gonna give us anything else.
Well, what if we give you something to like take back to him to help you with that promotion?
You have terrible taste in friends, you know this.
I think they're. You just have to get to know them.
You don't
Biblically.
know anybody.
You just have to get to know that they're really sweet.
I feel like he's
Some
sex shaming us.
Some of them are very sweet, and some of them are just very honest. Listen, we've all got our problems. You probably have some problems too. That's why you joined up with this club that you're in. Little ragtag group of seekers.
As that's happening, you start looking into the face of his new metallic friend, the discussion of traumas. You begin to feel kind of emotional wounds burble up from inside, flashes of being punished for lack of piety, of being bound to an altar and forced to pray for hours. You see a childhood of persecution for a lack of religious focus.
Is there anything you want to get off your chest?
These ropes.
They're on your wrists.
I'm holding it to my... It's a figure of speech.
Damn it! Now I feel guilty.
Why?
Did try to kill us.
Check in with Imogen in her head. Guilty.
This guy's a shit. Obviously, I wanted to end him. Now I see he's got all this trauma. He's a fucked up childhood. There's a reason he hates gods.
We all have trauma. What do you think? This lake is probably real deep.
Yeah. I mean, we could leave him tied up in here, take all of his shit. I don't think anyone's gonna be okay with just leaving him alive, though. As I glance at Chetney.
Could check in with Ashton, see if we can get the hole. Just put him in the hole.
What are we gonna do with him? Just carry around a random dude?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you have any family? Like kids or husband, wife? I'm just asking you as a friend. A true friend.
We all have family. Some blood, some chosen.
Totally get that. Totally get that.
Who's got the hole right now?
We said Ashton.
Oh, fuck. All right, well, what do we do with this guy? Do we turn him over to the authorities at this place? So he gets locked up?
Should we take him to the Star Point something or other tournament?
I could. No.
What?
I could message. I'm gonna say in your head. I could message Rin.
Oh, and have him brought to the fire
Rin
plane?
Verity, yeah.
I mean,
That's not a bad idea.
You should at least see if Ren has a goal for them before we, decide.
Because, I don't think anyone...
That's a good idea.
I don't think anyone in his group is going to care if he lives or dies. If
Let
he's
the
a
Grim
PM.
Verity out.
Let's do it.
Let them figure it out.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sure they have lots of questions.
I have no idea how to tell Rin where we are.
go look at the address outside. Is there an address or something? We're Eastport area
Of what?
of EOS.
Yeah, but what? We're in the middle ring?
In the middle?
No.
Is there an
No, we were in the
address?
we were in the venture. We were in the venture.
Endeavor.
The Endeavor Ring. is the
Endeavor
one.
Ring.
Yeah.
He said ducks.
Okay.
This is so stupid.
I'm gonna send a message to Rin.
All right.
We could also meet at a place that we know. Like, there's this Drogon statue, and there's Traverse Rarities.
Yeah, they got informants from the Ruby Vanguard. Do they want to do anything with them before we open them up like a can of beans?
All right. We've captured a member of the Ruby Vanguard. Do you want him? If so, come and get him. Otherwise, we'll end it.
Oh, interesting. No, please, yes. That would be quite helpful. Where are you?
Damn it.
It's okay. I will use my remaining...
And I'll quickly go out and see if there's any, identifying markers or, anything on the front.
Yeah. I mean, the dock that you're not too far from, you can see has one of the multicolored... There are multicolored lighthouses around the outside, though it is not currently lit. But this one has bands around the bases, the base and the top of where the lighthouse itself turns for the evening when the light is actually on. That has a deep, deep navy blue coloration to it, to the bands. Right. And the warehouse that you're at has like a faded brick color to it, and what looks to be a flagpole that stands up, but there's no flag affixed to it. And most of the places here that have flagpoles, like almost everyone has flagpoles. This one just doesn't have one.
Hello, faded brick warehouse on the east. We're west, right? Are we on the west side?
Eastern side of
East. In the Endeavor Ring by the blue.
Faded brick by the blue
lighthouse.
We could probably have a ribbon or something on the flagpole so they see it. Get Chetney up there. She'll figure it out.
All right.
So you can convey the information.
Yes, I will do that. I'm going to use my last remaining sorcery points to get my 3rd level back and convey all that.
You got it. Rin responds, "Oh, fantastic. Just a moment. I think I know what you're talking about."
Oh, that's so cool.
So
great.
Oh, what?
Come on, ride that plane.
Wait. Who is it?
Hello?
Oh.
It's Rin. Open the door. I'm messing with you. Jeez.
That's a good idea.
All right.
You open the door and you see Rin immediately with long, like, curved crown of horns and ropes kind of ushers in real fast, kind of cloak muscled around. So, who is this? Oh.
Let's take his stuff, though, before you take him. I want those bracers.
Hell yeah, get those bracelets.
Fantastic. Why don't you give it to them? And she moves her finger in the air and he kind of like, yeah, he goes, of course, I'd be happy to. He holds his hands out.
Holy shoot.
Anything else of value on you?
You took it all.
Oh, God.
Great.
Rin?
This is like odd, kind of just spacey look in his face. Perfect. Oh, you'll be fun to pull apart, won't you?
His name's Taldus. That's it. I was just gonna say.
Oh, Taldus.
And he's very helpful. He's a sweetheart. He was just trying to get ahead and do what he thought was right.
All right.
And he works for someone named Mr. Deleth.
I figured as much based on the Vanguard's entry point. So, does anyone else know about this? Your involvement? Anyone?
He was with a couple of other fighters. We escaped from them, but they were left at the house.
Yeah, we smeared him.
Oh, well, we didn't exactly
way.
smear them. They were unconscious, and one had just bamfed back from
There's also a windy one. Like a windy situation.
All right, then. I would recommend keeping kind of a low profile for the most part.
Oh. And the house is trashed. Ebenol's house. Super trashed.
Right.
Probably shouldn't go
Probably
back.
should have told you on the way out to be mindful of your exit. Ebenol's been followed for quite some time.
Yeah, that was...
It's the Vanguard folk. That's on me. I take responsibility for part of that. Nevertheless,
We played writers can't be perfect all the time.
Oh, boy.
well, we'll take you back. What are you all off to, then?
Trying to figure that out now.
We desperately need to decide which one of these keys we're going to try to destroy, or at least take out of commission.
Yeah, they seem to be working on a timetable.
Less than a week.
Talking about a week.
Keys.
Yeah.
It's
That's what he called
the, observatory.
The machines.
Yeah, the
keys.
machines.
They're called keys? And she kind of like moves her finger towards it. She goes, yes, the Malleus keys.
Malleus keys.
Right, we really should have just... What a time
What's a
saver.
Malleus key? I mean, why is it called that? Who is that? A person?
You asking him the question?
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know. I've just heard them referred to that as the Malleus keys. Rin kind of narrows her eyes. Huh. Well, your next maneuver, I guess, is what? Just so we don't overlap or can coordinate. Time is running thin, and I have a lot of things to do as well.
There is a location to the north of Eos, here.
Right.
One in the Shadowfell, one in the Fae.
Right.
And I guess we're wondering, maybe you could ask our new friend, what's the softest target? What's the most important?
Actually, that's a valid question. Was it Taldus? Yes, Taldus. Taldus. Friend. Lover. Absolute family member of this fine troop. If you would be so kind as to say which of these Malleus keys might be the most, shaky. I don't know, the one that requires the most attention. As far as I know, the one here is near completion, but it's also the one that is the most attended. The first one built is the Fey one, but there's been some growing tension between the Assembly and the Court, and the Vanguard's been working hard to maintain that before the event. And the Shadow one? Oh, I don't travel there. It sounds scary.
Okay.
Can they perform their trick with less than 3?
I don't know. I'm not the architect or the engineer. To be perfectly honest, I'm a little out of my depth when it comes to the details of this. I'm just following the lead of
Ludinus and others. If you could put in a good word for me, I'd really appreciate it. I want to try and impress them on my way up the ladders. I'll do my best, you sweet, sweet darling. What a fucking idiot.
Oh no! More Rin.
Yeah. Rin is the best. Well, Rin, we were already debating and considering going to the Feywild first, since we have a few contacts there. Unless you were
They're the one
thinking,
to send us.
great, if you could maybe get us there.
The challenge comes in my inability to. I'm the plane rider. Of course I can get you there. It's my focus. It's what I do. I'm a bit not completely tapped for the evening. I can get us there today, have to rest for the night, and then I have to jet as soon as I finish resting.
We do have a +1 we need to pick up.
Oh, we can't leave. Maybe we do that tomorrow. Can we meet tomorrow to do that?
Oh gosh, we're running out
Gotta
of
find
time.
Ashton first, right?
Should we message him?
Of course.
I'm out of messages.
Oh. I didn't take that
I
spell
bet
today.
they're back at the.
Oh, that's why you were being.
I don't have that spell today.
Well, I would recommend find your friend rather quickly, and then let's get this on the road. I would be and normally I'm a very patient person, but yeah, solstice tapping, faster and faster. So we need to get
Oh,
moving.
how long have we? Would this have counted as a short rest while we've been in here? No, because I was detecting.
No, this has been like casting spells and active. Yeah, you could take an hour to do that if you'd like.
With an hour, I could get my sorcery points back, and then I could message Ashton.
Well, how about this? You take an hour break. You go ahead and figure out your friend. I will take that time to have myself an Eosin cheesesteak. It's been many years. And I figure while I'm in town, at least I can indulge a moment if there's anything else that can be done. Anyone else like a cheesesteak?
I'll take one. That sounds delightful, actually.
All right,
I will grab a cheesesteak, hold the cheese.
Are you lactose intolerant?
I just don't want to get bloated.
I'll take one too.
All right. Adventurous. I'm curious to see what happens there. All right, you know what? I'll just get around for everyone. If you don't want it, I'll finish what's left. It's been a bit, and it's so delightfully greasy.
Gives me the juice.
Yeah, I understand that. That's
Protein.
yeah,
Also a big risk there.
everything, really.
You just sit there for a bit and be a kind friend, don't you? Yes, of course. I'll just have a seat here and stare at the wall for a moment. And he just sits there and looks at the wall. Oh, they're so cute. And they're dumb. Anyway, lifts her arm just into the air, and the whole side of the warehouse door just goes, see you in an hour. And like turns about and just darts off into the city.
She is really, really
Oh
calm.
my god, she's something else.
All right,
What a morning.
so we just sit and chill for an hour.
We assassinate Ludinus, then we find Ashton.
Think we can do that in an hour?
Yeah, how long would it take?
I'm
Bitch!
always done to
Back in
try.
time for
I love
that.
your tenacity, Chetney.
Thanks.
It's so admirable.
Aim high.
Yes.
So Della
I
is
love
trying
that.
to.
Been sitting here on dead.
Yeah.
Are we taking a short rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I'm a little bit of a mess too.
And I'm not feeling too good today, by the way.
What do you mean?
I'm just not doing so great. I've been jittery all day. And
Do you need a
are we going?
massage?
Are we going? That would definitely help, like a deep tissue.
Yeah, where's the camera?
Are you feeling edgy like that one day?
I am. I would maybe stay away from me for a while, just in case.
Will a rest help you, or do you need to sleep?
Maybe. I'll But are we going straight into another plane of existence? Our third of the day? Today. Nothing else we need to do here? We have to find Ashton.
Well, yeah.
That's really it.
So I guess we don't know if we're leaving yet. Because what if we call Ashton and he's like, I've got plans.
They might.
I'll be back.
They might be doing something. And Eos, what are they doing?
I don't know. You know Ashton. So enigmatic.
Just gambling.
Probably.
They're just at the casino gambling this whole time.
I also feel like they have friends like everywhere.
Yeah.
I wish I had that many friends. But I just have you guys.
That's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I need.
Oh,
okay.
That's all I need. I don't need anybody else.
I hope not.
Although the contacts seem handy.
Short rest.
All right.
All right.
Short rest.
Held a shitload.
Short rest.
I'll do one.
Heal like a
Boom!
How are you doing?
So.
Also with your. You've got the blood vial, yeah?
Yes, I know. That's why I can recover the sorcery points.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Holy shit.
6, 7.
Should we go back and, close the loop on the lad in the house?
What?
Nothing.
Why am I rolling so many ones today? Wait, that's 12. 16. 18.
Oh, plus 16. Exciting stuff happening right now.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
Everybody's rolling hit dice.
Okay.
This is great.
Yeah, one unconscious dude in the kitchen, and the other one in the basement was coming back from banishment. So he definitely picked up his pal. And
Logic says likely neither of them are there right now. For a multitude of reasons.
I get all of my.
Maybe you guys should go to the Fae without me.
Why?
Well, because we're so close to there's people here who can pop me open and find out who I am and where I came from and what I do and stuff like that. I'm so close. I kind of feel like I can't be helpful to you if I don't know what I'm capable of or what I have done. Oh.
Letters, the
That's
Cerberus
all right.
Assembly seems to be trying to outdo the Age of Arcanum. You might not have a chance in a week.
But so close.
We can come back.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want to go tonight? Just do like a peek.
what time
peek in?
of day is it, roughly?
I'd say at this point it's like early afternoon, mid-afternoon. Since you woke up, did the tour, went to the seminary, which is where you found the information about that professor that might be able to talk to you a bit. You then went and staked out the house, broke in, had the fight, rushed off, and then got back here. So yeah, it's like mid-afternoon.
What a day.
This is a day.
So, when was the professor going to be back that you could?
I don't know.
Professor, you were just given directions to where they were.
Oh, so we could just go.
Yeah, you might be catching them at the end of the day. Maybe they're feeling inquisitive.
We gotta find Ashton first, or at least know where
Sure.
they are.
Well, if it's been an hour, then I can send a message to Ashton.
Okay. As you feel the restoration of that series of notes of arcane power within your body restored, the spell makes itself available to you.
All right, I'm going to send a message to Ashton. Shit is going down. Where in the hell are you? We need to meet up. Stat. We gotta leave town. Stat. Jesus. All I wanted to do was start that message with Ashton. It's so hard.
It's me.
It's me.
The spell finds its hook in the mind of Ashton Greymore, and the response is where we'll pick up on the next session. Because then he can respond, and we can pick up from whatever he's been off to at the time.
I don't like it.
And from there,
I don't like it.
Lovely. Ashton is lewdness.
Fucking Cerberus Assembly trying to do a redo. fucking destroyed the world, and you want to try? You want to go again?
You know who I blame for this?
Yeah.
The Mighty Nine.
Yeah.
For not finishing the job when they had the chance.
Unless we've got wrong information about what is actually going on with the moon.
Little tracks. He wanted the beacon.
Remember the Mr. X, right? There have been many times where we were going after something like the Angel of Irons, and it wasn't that shit at all.
Nah, Matt would never do that.
Great way to get a lot of zealous people to be like, kill the gods, set your destinies free, work with us.
And also, Thule is doing stuff not in line with the dipshit here. Not the party line.
Well, Thule is doing, like what?
This guy didn't even trust Ira, right?
Oh, yeah.
No one trusts Ira.
No one trusts Ira.
Who's Ira?
Well,
Just a chaos agent.
He's just a free chaos agent
that can do shit, like really cool shit.
But I mean,
Sounds like me.
All the stuff that like Ludinus and the Cerberus Assembly were up to in Campaign 2, fascinated by the beacon was all like divergence and shit like that. It was like from the founding.
The beacon was pre-founding.
Pre-founding.
Or at least
So it's like pre-god.
According to their religion, the Luxon happened.
Everything.
Yeah.
How many trammels did we need against the Whispered One?
69.
If I recall, the 3 was what was forged. I'll have to look into it again. It's been a few years.
That's just a comedy rule of threes. You know, it's deep lore dives like this that you can get on Four-Sided Dive. Not this one.
No, the most recent
Not
one
this
is out right now.
Yeah, check it out on YouTube.
And of course, check out Crit Recap, written by Danny Carr.
Where it came from.
Also, check out that Legend of Vox Machina Season 2 trailer.
Oh, shit!
Check it out.
That's good too.
Coming soon.
What else can we plug?
We got a new puffy jacket.
Hey!
Oh my god, let's get out of here.
Let's leave. Let's go home.
Got it.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Happy New Year!
We love you very much. And it's a Thursday. Good night.
And that's it for tonight's episode of Critical Role. I thank you for joining me. In my final, use of the holiday setting. It's been fun while it lasted, but anyway, this is Freeman Reinventra, half of a YouTuber. I wish thee good fortune on the quest of life.